Hello and welcome back to another video with me, Ruth Hamilton. Today's video is for Tonic Studios and they've sent me this beautiful die set. It's number 7 in the designer series set, and I have picked out some papers and card from my stash here, and I've chosen some lilacs and pearlescent, ivory and blossom pink. I thought they would look nice with this set, so hopefully you'll like what I come up with at the end. If you haven't been here before, you're very welcome, and if you like the video, maybe you'll think about subscribing to the channel, and then you can see what I come up with next. There's usually quite a lot of things added on fairly regularly, and hopefully we'll become friends. Before I start to make something with the dies, then I'm going to give you a run through and show you everything that's in the packet, because there's quite a lot of dies there and they can be used in quite a few different ways, and I'll try to show you what I've done with some of them first of all, and then we'll carry on from there. This is the largest outline die in the set, and you can see it cuts the basic outline shape, which is like this, and then this part and this part give these two shapes here, and these are the two pieces that you would fold back to create a pocket. So I could just show you that on the back of this card. You could put adhesive on the inside of here, either red liner tape or the glue. This is what I would normally use, and you could put that on there to attach it to the card like so, and that would mean a very flush pocket. You know, so a piece of card would fit in and it would be quite tight and close to the card below. Or you could put the glue or red liner tape on the outside of these two pieces and attach them like this, and then that will leave the pocket sitting out a wee bit, just a wee bit deeper here, and that give you more room to put something in. Now you could leave this shape, but you can add more detail to it then, obviously, with this beautiful die here. So that's the one that you would add on top of this. Now normally what I would do is I would cut this one out first and you get this shape. Then whenever I've got that cut, I would place this on top and put masking tape or something on it to hold it in place and run it through the die cutting machine again, in which case you will get a shape like, I'm sure I have one here, yes, like this. Now on this one I've cut these two tabs off because I'm going to use this on top here, but that's how you get the outline of the pattern. If you want to just use this die on its own and place it into the card, you're going to get this shape because it doesn't have an outside edge to cut. And I'll just move this away so you can see that better. That will be like this. So this one has been created by just placing the card down, putting this on top and running it through your die cutting machine. I use my Tonic Tangerine, and because there's no outside edge, that gives you the pattern really beautifully cut into the card itself. So to create the piece that you bring out and glue on at the top, you're going to need both of these pieces. So ideally, as I've just said, you'll cut this one first and then add this one on secondly, run it through the machine for a second time, and then that way you don't run into any difficulties. So sometimes if you're not careful or you're in a bit of a hurry, one die can sort of pop over the top of the other as you're pushing it through the machine, and that way you can damage your dies. So it's much safer. Just takes a couple of minutes extra, but it's much safer if you just do them separately. So that's that one, and then there's another smaller die which is similar but smaller. So the same principle applies here, and I'm sure I have one somewhere here. Cut out. There we are. That's the background. That would be with this one. And then that's another one, and on that one I have used the pattern on top. So I've just placed that in to the plain one that I cut out originally and cut a smaller one. So that's for a smaller pocket, and it works just in exactly the same way. And you can use these as pockets obviously, or you can just trim these pieces off and use them for decoration. Now, on top of that, you've got these little dies. So this one says invitation, and this is a backing plate for it. This one says a gift. I'll show you first of all the invitation. Can you see it there? That's it cut out in the pearlescent card and added onto the top of the backing plate that's been cut out in white. The background of this card here has been done without using this die. We've just used this one. Now I've placed it onto the card. Obviously kept the card out flat and cut it through there, taken it out and then put it here and run it through again, and that gives you that beautiful filigree pattern like so. And you could leave it like that, but I have just put loose leaf white in behind it, and that lets it pop out even more, so you can see the pattern nicely in that one. And then on top of that I have used the Nouveau silver petals. They go beautifully with that, so I've just glued them on here again with this Nouveau Deluxe adhesive. So that's how we created that one. And then this one says a gift and this one says for you, so I'll just show you what I've done here. I have used the large pattern die on here and cut out the pattern. I have put the gift, a gift, on here in white. There's another little die here, and this one cuts out two pieces all in one go. So you've got, just pop them out here, this outline shape, and you've got this inner shape. And in this card I've used this one twice, and I've glued it on here just in the same the same colour as the card, and it just gives that nice subtle kind of detail. There's another little die which is kind of like a fan shape. Pop it off there, that's this one. And I have used that twice on here. And then inside here I've used the little pocket dies on the inside and put this little card inside here. So that's a piece of A4 card. It's trimmed to 15 centimeters this way. Then I have scored it at 10 and 20 and rounded the two outside corners. I've just used a corner punch to do these two corners and these, and then you just fold the card over it, pop that in. This one folds up and this one, and that's another little idea with it. So that's two using this. And then I'll just go on to showing you how to assemble this little card. And for this one I have used the pearlescent card again. These are the cards that I had chosen, that I showed you before. This one is the Gleaming Lilac, and I've used the Blossom Pink on top of it and some of the Ivory White as well. These are all Craft Perfect. This is taken from a piece of A4 Gleaming Lilac pearlescent card. So I've just trimmed it to 15 centimeters and then folded it in half. And that's double-sided, it's good and sturdy and makes a lovely card base. And then I've taken the Blossom Pink textured weave. I have used this large pattern die and cut out this shape. Then I have done the same thing with a piece of ivory card. And I have then used this detail die on top of it. So I've started off with one like this in ivory, a piece like this in ivory, then I have used this die on top to create this shape, and then I have trimmed off these edges because I don't need those, and then I'm just going to attach this on top to give that lovely pattern shape on top of the pocket, and I'm going to use my deluxe adhesive. Now, I'm going to add the glue this time on the back of the tabs. So I'm going to put it here and here, and then I'm going to put those onto the card like that. And that makes a lovely little pocket, but it also means that you don't see that on the inside of the card. If you don't mind that, you could just tuck it around on the inside, but I'm going to just hold that together for a moment or two with a couple of pegs, and then I'll come back and carry on. That's the pocket attached to the bottom of the card. Now I'm going to do a little bit of decorative detail at the top. So I've used the smaller die and the decorative die as well, in the same way that I used them for this piece, and I have cut out the pink one and I've cut out the cream one the same as this, and then used the detail die on top, and I'm just going to glue this on top. And then this time, because I'm not using these as a pocket, I'm just using them for decorative detail, I am going to trim off those pieces instead of using them to create the pocket. So we'll just stick that down, hold it for a moment or two, and then I'm going to just chop off those pieces, and there we are. So I'm not going to use this piece or this piece this time, I don't need them. So I'll just make sure that's all well attached, and then I'll just get my guillotine and I shall chop off those edges. And there. And that gives me a lovely pattern to put at the top of the card. So that's going to go up here, and that will match this, but it won't get in the way of the tag that's going to go in and come in and out of the pocket, because I'm going to put that, attach that nice and flat to the top there. So there we are. Now for the insert on the front of the card, I've taken a piece of the Blossom Pink. That's 11.5 centimeters square. I've taken a piece of the Ivory White textured card, and that is 10.5 centimeters square. Just run a little bit of adhesive around the outside there. Then I pop that on there. That just gives a nice little border around the outside, just that little piece that's slightly bigger, and that will go in there. And I have cut out this little fan shape in the pink, and I'll add the glue onto that. I always like to hold that with the tweezers just and put the glue on. There we are. Take the excess off there, put that on there. That's a cute little shape, so you can actually add 3 of those round in a circle and make a little flower shape from it. It's nice as well. So I've done that, and then I have taken For You and cut it out. It's lovely and fine, so I didn't want to use the backing plate this time because the detail's so fine on it, and I'll just put some glue on the back of that as well. And I shall just put that on there. So there you are. There's the card, the little pockets and the insert. And just to add a little bit of extra detail to that, I've got these silver petals that I've used on the other cards, Nouveau silver petals, and they come in 3 different sizes. I just tap them out there, and I will put the large one here. So what I like to do is just lift them with tweezers and dab a little bit of glue on the back like so, and I'm going to pop that on there, and I take a smaller one and do the same, put that on there, and another small one, and I'll put that there. think I'll take one of the tiny ones this time as well. Put that there. And they're cute, aren't they, the tiny ones? I shall put one there. And maybe grab another one. Because really, you can't have too much sparkle, I think anyway. And I'll just put that there. Do you know what? I think I might even just add another one on here. Yeah, that's nice. That sort of ties it all together, and I've got a nice little part on that fan to add it. And yeah, there we are so far. Now I've got these two lilac pieces, so I have cut these out in the lilac card as well, and I'm just going to add one on here. They're the outer edges of the little fancy shape die, and I'm just going to put them on there to add a little bit of extra detail. It means that that outside edge isn't just so bare. Now I think, as you can see, I've used plain card again here, because I always think with an intricate die like that it's better just to stick to plain card, because it can be too fussy. But if you were just going to use the outside die and not use the patterned one here, that would look really cool in some nice patterned paper as well. So I'll just hold this, pop the glue on. I just dab the excess off here at the side, off to the side of the card. Don't really want it on my hands like that, but there we are. Now that's adds a nice little finishing touch to the card, and it means it's not so plain around the outside. Can you see that there? Yeah, you catch it there. So there we are. That's lots of different ways of using all of the dies that are in the set. And this one. Thank you, and don't forget, if you have liked this, please subscribe to my channel, and then you'll be able to see as I add more stuff to it. So thank you very much. Bye.